Hello, I'm Annette Young and welcome to the 51%, a show about women reshaping our world. Coming up, freezing your eggs for your employer. Both Facebook and Apple say it should be a company benefit. Also, this October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We talk to one woman who, through her charity, is helping people access medical treatment in developing countries. Plus, we travel to a northern province of Pakistan where women are well and truly breaking taboos. But first, the two American high-tech giants, Apple and Facebook, are now offering coverage for their female employees to freeze their eggs. But is this a real solution for women as they struggle to achieve the perfect work-life balance? Not to mention, it's a new technology that carries both risk and high rates of failure, as Marion Saab reports.
Haircuts, fresh laundry, ice cream and frozen eggs. In the latest professional perk targeting top female talent, Facebook and Apple will pay to freeze a female employee's eggs, in line with Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg's mission to encourage women to lean in when it comes to their careers. It's a policy that has been hailed by some as a brave move by allowing women the chance to have it both, a career and a family.
Well, I think anytime you have options, it reduces stress. So I believe that women should have the option to freeze their eggs and be able to have a child when they're ready to have a child, based on their career interest and based on their career goals. So I believe it's a great option.
While for others, the so-called incentive crosses an ethical line.
I don't really think it's anyone's business what a female employee wants to do with their eggs, and I don't really think it's any company's business to tell them that they should put off having a family in favor of a career.
There are no guarantees. Less than 3 in 10 women who freeze their eggs will end up with a baby. But despite the odds, for those choosing to delay fertility, egg freezing is an attractive option.
Now we have the technology, and if people have the resources and receive adequate information, their expectations are managed, there is nothing wrong of considering this insurance policy.
The procedure is expensive. It costs up to $10,000 per cycle. And once the eggs are retrieved, around $500 per year in storage. Facebook will reimburse workers for up to $20,000. Men make up to 70% of Apple and Facebook's payroll. Their goal is to attract more women, with the possibility of working uninterrupted through their most fertile years. But for some, this is a band-aid solution. Instead, they say companies should be doing more to make the workplace more family-friendly, such as offering childcare or better hours.
When I want and if I want, it's a feminist slogan that we repeat to ourselves. Now there are employers who are encouraging women to put this freedom aside by implying that we should delay having children just for the sake of turning a profit.
Only time will tell if these measures will help the tech giants retain their staff. And men haven't been left out either, with Facebook offering to cover the cost of freezing sperm too.
Now to another area of women's health, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, with the disease still remaining the top cancer for women across the globe. Although it's thought to be a disease of the developed world, almost 50% of breast cancer cases and 58% of deaths occur in less developed nations. And it's a figure on the rise. One foundation that's working hard to promote awareness of the disease in the developing world is Breast Cancer International. And joining me today from Cheltenham is its co-founder, Anna Daly. Anna, thanks so much for being with us. Now, you yourself are a former breast cancer patient. Tell me a little bit about your own story.
Well, unfortunately in 2009, I developed some discharge and didn't know what it was. Went to the doctor and who referred me to a breast cancer unit, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer in both breasts. There followed a double mastectomy with reconstruction.
And I assume as a result of that, that prompted your interest into the whole area of breast cancer and research.
It certainly did. I was very lucky and fortunate to be treated in the UK under the National Health Service. And I couldn't imagine having to go through all I went through while at the same time worrying about funding it. So I started to do some research, and I realised how lucky we are in the UK to have the National Health Service, because, for example, in the Eastern countries, developing countries, if you don't have the means to pay for it, you simply don't get treated.
And as I said earlier, the figures for breast cancer in the developing world is indeed on the rise. Why is that happening? Is it simply related to changes in diet?
There's a couple of reasons. The Western diet is sort of invading the Eastern countries, and with it, it brings a whole lot of diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancers, particularly breast cancer. Also, in the developing world, there's lack of funding for women. So, like I said before, if you don't have the money, the means, you have no recourse to treatment.
Tell me a little bit, Anna, about some of the projects that your charity is involved with.
Well, we're currently working on a project in Nepal, and 3 of our plastic surgeons, our volunteer plastic surgeons, I might add, have just come back from a trip to Nepal, where they've met with local doctors, had talks with local organisations, and in the future we are going to develop a plan where our surgeons will go back and help with the operations, teach the Indigenous doctors on new techniques. And we're also going to put together a breast cancer awareness programme.
I'm afraid, Anna Daly, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're very welcome.
And if you want to find out more about Breast Cancer International, you can head to their website. That's www.breastcancer-international.org. Now, in other news, the European Parliament has awarded its highest human rights accolade, the Sakharov Prize, to a Congolese gynaecologist. Dr. Denis Mukwege has treated thousands of women while campaigning to end the use of rape as a weapon of war. He's also survived a failed assassination attempt after making a fiery speech at the United Nations in 2012. At the time, he attacked both the Congolese government and other nations for not doing enough to stop violence against women. And finally, Pakistan is a country not best known for its progress on women's rights, yet in the remote northern province of Hunza Valley, more and more women are breaking taboos and training for jobs traditionally done by men. It includes being mountain guides and carpenters, a rare development in a country where only 1 in 4 girls can read.
A final pep talk, a kiss goodbye, and these girls are on their way. We're high up in the Himalayas near the border between Pakistan and China. Tak Bika and the rest are bucking tradition, training as mountain guides to cater for expeditions of Western climbers who flock to the region every year.
I'm in love with these mountains. I spent my childhood here, and it has always been my dream to reach the summit of every mountain here. I still feel the urge, and one day I will do it.
For the last 5 years, that dream has become closer to a reality after an Italian mountaineer opened his own climbing school in the valley. Since 2009, 13 girls have passed through, graduating to become high mountain guides. It's groundbreaking stuff in a country where millions of women are confined to the home. In this corner of northern Pakistan, women have traditionally been more educated than in the rest of the country. Here, for example, people are proud that 100% of girls go to school. A badge of honour of sorts in a country where just 1 girl in 4 can read and write, one of the worst levels of illiteracy in Asia. Further down the valley, women have started working in another formerly men-only trade, carpentry. Over the last 6 years, an NGO and the Norwegian Embassy have trained some 45 carpenters. And while this area is more tolerant of women working, the battle is far from won.
We faced a lot of difficulties at the beginning. The people said that this is not a job for women, that men should do this work. They said they will stop this work. We faced many problems, but we handled the situation, and now we are doing it easily.
Amna's father died when she was just a child, and as the eldest, she had to work to feed the rest of the family. She became one of the first female joiners in the valley, and as if to prove her expertise, she built her own home.
I built shelves, created space for bedding, dressing, and the TV. I changed the whole house and did the paneling. I made the whole house wooden and it looked like a box. People started to come to see it and were amazed.
Such as her success, Amna has been able to pay for her brother's education, a rare occurrence in Pakistan. Yet despite the pioneering spirit of these carpenters and mountain guides, for the rest of the country's women, the road to gender equality remains a long one.
And that's it for now. If you'd like to comment on what you've just seen, please head to our Facebook page, that's France24, full stop the 51%, or do send us a tweet at _51%. Thanks for your feedback so far, and please keep those comments rolling in. Until our next program, bye for now.